see here. Hi everybody, I'm gonna show my face in just a moment, but let me get this going here. Okay, so today we're going to be drawing this here turtle. Let's see if I can watch the live feed from my phone. I don't know, I've never done this before, so I'm trying to see if I can hopefully see your comments and things. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. So obviously I'm shooting from above, but let me see. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart it. Hopefully, oh, nope, people are coming in. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. So unfortunately, there we go. Okay, so now I'll be able to see comments if there are any. Let me turn the volume down on this. My goodness. Sorry, this is my... Okay, perfect. Looks like everything is in view. All right. Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. So today we're going to be drawing this turtle. There's a little bit of a delay, so if I don't answer your questions, please let me know and I will get to it as soon as possible. Just feel free to answer any questions. So today we're going to be doing this turtle. I'm going to have you take any piece of paper. I'm going to use printer paper and just a mechanical pencil. You can use any pencil. I have a great number of pens here that are from all over my house, and we're going to go back over our sketch as soon as we're done in pen so that it's more solid lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the head because we want to make sure that the head looks good and it's in the right place, and then everything else will kind of fall into place as we go. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to do the turtle in the center of the paper. So we want to be towards the front, and I'm going to go around and make this little curve and go back down a little farther than I had it. This is my first time doing live in a long time, so forgive my nerves, but I am glad to see that there's 11 of us in here, so please feel free to get started, or you can watch it in the replay and go along with us and do it again. Okay, so the eye is about mid-range as far as this top part, so it's about centered, and we're going to do just a circle to start. And then we're gonna do the almond kind of shape around it. And then he's really tired, so I've done on the, not tired, but he has a lot of folds, and he's a reptile. There's lots of, hi Barbara, there's lots of skin folds on turtles because they have kind of, scaly-ish skin. Okay, so there's the one eye is showing, the other eye is on the other side of the face, so it's not going to show, but we'll do the nostrils here, which are roughly at the point of the eye outwards towards the front of the face. We've got the nostrils, and you can either make them kind of ovals, or I'm going to move it a little bit closer so that you guys can see. Let me make sure that it looks okay. There we go. You can see a little bit better what I'm doing. All right. Hold on, I've lost the comments. I don't want to miss anything if anybody has any questions. Okay. I don't see anything. right now, but if I'll come back afterwards. Okay, so underneath the nose, the nostrils start at the side of the face and come up and down and around. I'm realizing that I'm so nervous that I have not introduced myself. I am June Jewell. I'm an artist here in Percival, and I do mostly mother and child portraits as well as abstract works and obviously animals. So a lot of the animals that I do are local animals. This is something that I was commissioned to do years ago, this turtle. So let me move him. So hopefully he's within view. I didn't really prepare myself too much for this today, but I am excited to be doing this for you. And I do teach classes. I have some classes available online right now. I usually teach over at the Percival Art Gallery. So what I've done here is I've done the curve along the bottom of the shell. Then I'm going to curve around the top of the shell. And this is where it's going to be fun later on, is to create your own design. Right now I'm just going to walk us through the body of the turtle, and then we can go through and make the shell in a fun way. Okay, so about midway through the bottom of the neck, I'm going to start the foot here, and it's kind of a curved line outward, a curved line down and around, and then I'm going to meet it back up where the neck goes into the shell. Actually, what I've done and what I've done in my painting, and it's great to have an eraser, I should have suggested that, is I've done it almost to the corner there. That way you can see a little bit of where the bottom of the shell is the inside of the shell. Okay, so next we're going to go over to this leg here and do, it's more curvy. Oh my goodness, I'm totally botching this. But my kids are out of the house, so I've taken this time. They just left. My mom took them on a walk, so I'm trying to enjoy this time as much as I can, but I'm also kind of rushing through it. Okay, so done the two front legs, the forelegs. I'm going to do the back leg, which is almost to the end of the shell, and that's more curvy. There's not this inside part because it's a little shorter. And then I've started the underside of the shell here, and I'm going to just go on the other side of that and connect those two, kind of connect it through there, connect this leg with this front leg. It's kind of coming along. Okay, so we have the turtle has some lines to kind of show where it goes, how it goes in and out. That shows how the skin folds. Yeah, I guess, okay. I'm just gonna extend this shell a little bit. I had a plan to do a bunny today, which would have been fun also, but then I realized that I didn't really have a very good reference photo for us to do. Okay, so now there's 17 of you. Exciting. Okay, so we've gotten the basic shape of the turtle. Now I'm going to do the inside of the neck. So there's some lines here and then some lines here that show how where the folds are in the turtle. I'm going to do some of the turtle's claws. And I have 4 of them on here. I've done this from a reference photo, but now we're referring to my painting as a reference, so it's not going to be completely accurate atomically, but I kind of like that. It's stylized. It's going to have some of your own flair to it. I'm realizing that in my painting I have made around surrounding the eye a little bit darker, but you can do what's right and what feels right. And I really highly suggest using the eraser when you feel the need. When I'm doing my sketches, a lot of times I'll draw them directly onto the canvas and I'll go through. I don't do a lot of sketches on paper. I usually do it directly onto the canvas and then I'll go through and erase when needed. But then I'm going to do how the bottom of the shell, those lines, and then this is where it gets fun, is filling in this shape. And I'm gonna do it a little bit differently than I did here. I'm going to do more circular, but these are kind of more rounded squares. You can do any shape you want. You could do hearts or octagons, pentagons. Pentagons might be fun. Maybe I'll try to do pentagons. Okay, so a pentagon actually kind of curves in a little bit more, and there's so many lines on the turtle's shell that if I kind of fudge it a little bit, then that's okay too. It'll all come together. So I've decided to do a pentagon, and because it's not completely accurate, obviously it's not exactly correct, but it's close enough. And then so I'm going to go along the base. I'm going to try to do these pentagons, and then I'm going to fill them in along the top as well. And because the pentagons don't touch exactly, I'm going to create this other triangle design between the pentagons. Okay. I'm going to kind of try to speed through some of these other ones so that we can get to doing our own fun, what is it called? Leaves and foliage around the bottom of the turtle as well. And now that you've done that, you can put something in the shapes as well. If you have decided to do more rectangular shapes, that's you're just filling in this space. And then so I'm gonna follow this line along the neck as well. Hopefully everyone is able to make the turtles their own in some way. I prefer when I teach classes that everyone has something that looks a little different, and that may be colors are different than mine, or that the foliage and the surrounding is different, or that the lines and shapes are a little different. I really encourage people to find a way to make it their own. Okay, so now I've done my bottom layer of the shell. I'm gonna do my second one upside down. And I'm gonna just create a line here for myself so that I know what I'm working with there. I'm just going to do the same thing except for upside down. Oops, didn't do my third middle one. Hopefully this is making sense. I'm sorry I'm kind of speeding through it, but I've not taught this exact class before, so I was a little nervous, but once I get drawing, my nerves kind of drift away. And that's probably the case with many of you. As Chris Loya knows, some of my online classes I'm kind of whispering, so hopefully everyone is able to hear me and that I'm not whispering. See here, I've gone a little too far away from this, so I'm gonna change this line. I can tell that it's too far. It's gonna really alter the way that my pentagons work, but this one's a little tall, but that's okay. I have to project my voice, which is sometimes hard, being an introvert. I'm usually talking to just my children, or in classes I can tell if people can't hear me better than online, because right now I'm not really able to. Hopefully this is not distracting. Okay, so I've got my bottom layer. I'm going to do the same thing again, this orientation. So I'm going to have it be facing upward again, the point at the top. Let me see. And I'm just going to kind of rush through this last bit. But you can always come back through now that you know how to do this part. And with any shape that you do, if you do hearts or if you do rectangles, just try to figure out fun ways to make them all fit together. And try to incorporate other designs in there as well. Okay, so it looks like a turtle now. Hopefully you've gotten to a place that you're comfortable with. If not, take your time or come back to that as we move on. I'm going to get started on doing some of the foliage, but you can always come back to doing the shell in more detail. Okay, so I'm going to do it similarly to how I did it on the painting. I'm going to do leaves, but you can make them whatever color you want as soon as you're done. This is kind of more of a autumn, the leaves have fallen kind of look, but if you do them in a bright green, it'll be kind of more springy. So I've made a bit of an arrow and then zigzaggy at the top of the leaf and then down and then up, zigzaggy, down, up, zigzaggy, down, and then I'm going to kind of find a way to connect those two. That's kind of a fun shape, but that they don't have to be perfect or even symmetrical. A lot of my designs are funky and asymmetrical and all over the place, and so I'm just repeating that same design there, and it looks to me like it's hopefully dark enough. I'm going to come back through and zoom in once again so that we can get a good close-up view of what we've done and what we're doing. Move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna do, I like to work in threes. As you can see here on this this one, I've done 3 of this type of leaf, 3 of this type of leaf, and these other ones kind of strewn in throughout. So I'm gonna do one more of these kind of pointy leaves, and then we can move on to something different. We can even color them in if you want to. I don't know that I'm going to, but I might make him a little darker. This is something that you can definitely do on your own. Keep practicing. Everyone is capable of art. I hear students all the time saying, I can't draw a straight line, and that is always just ammunition for me to tell you that you are just as capable as I am to make something beautiful and unique and fun. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and show you some other foliage that you can do surrounding your animals or creatures. So surrounding me, I'm filled with paintings that I have that have similar style backgrounds. So I'm going to make something that's kind of like a Matisse styled either leaf or fern of some kind, and it's just curvy. I encourage you to just release and take from reference, but also just toy around with different things and figuring out how to make things fit together. See how I've taken the curve of that and made it kind of fit together, and now I'm taking the curve of that bottom one, and you can even go through and make the lines of the leaf. And now I'm going to go through here, make a bit of a stick. Oops. And kind of fill in the spots that I have here. Okay, so now we're at 22 minutes. I'm going to do a few more of these, and then I will show you a bit of my work and take some questions. Okay, so now see there's spaces in between each of those. So I'm going to take advantage of those spaces and fill that in there. And it's fun to do like little circles and other little elements to kind of fill in the space. Maybe a diamond here, a triangle. Oh, that's not a triangle. Well, now it's a square with a line through it. Okay, and then a teardrop, upside down teardrop. Just a squiggle. Just please have fun with your work. Take today to create something new, and please share your work with me. I would love to see what you're making today. Hopefully I've been helpful in some way and you've made a beautiful turtle that you otherwise would not have been doing. So you can find me on June Jewell Designs, and my name is June Jewell. I'm a local artist. June Jewell Designs. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and I'm going to see if I can find your questions and comments, if I figure it out. My goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, so nothing really written as far as questions for me. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my work. Let me come on here for a second. My mess. Let me see. Here we go. There I am. Okay. So I'm in my living room. This is the type of work that I generally do. It's more mother and child portraits. I also do animals. Let me switch this again. Okay, so I do animals that are very colorful and full of those similar, that similar foliage that we've done in our turtle. Now we have another mother and child portrait, an artistic nude, some more mother and child portraits, a deer, another deer, raccoon. So this is my house. It's so full of art. It's everywhere. It's how long have I been creating art? So, oh, I'm happy to see that your turtle's looking good. I have been creating art for my whole life, basically. But I graduated high school in 2004, so it's been a long time that I have been making art semi-professionally. And I was doing childcare for a long time, and then my art on the side. And now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm just creating whenever I can. And my mom has been here visiting from New Mexico. She's kind of stuck here now, but she's been visiting for a few months now, and I've been able to make more and more art, which has really been good for my soul. Okay, so what's my inspiration? So I am a mom, and I was really inspired when I was pregnant with my second to do these mother and child portraits, and I started doing them in these like 5x5 little gouache black and white paintings that for Breastfeeding Awareness Month, which is August. And I started doing them one a day for a month, and then after that I just continued to do them. And then in about December I started adding color, which is what I usually specialize in. I like really known for my colors. They're really bright and bold and vibrant. And so I started doing them in color, and then I just could not get enough. And I've been really inspired by my own journey as a mother to create a space where people feel, where women feel empowered by their motherhood journey, as well as any woman or any person. Everybody should feel capable of being represented in art and to feel beautiful enough to be painted. Everyone should feel like as though they are of value and capable of love and being loved and seen. To be seen is like to feel like as though you're being seen or you have been seen by someone is such a good feeling. And I have women who commissioned paintings from me who feel like they've only just been seen. And so that is such a catalyst for me to continue doing what I'm doing. And now I've been home. Obviously we're all kind of home right now, most of us. And so I've been, I just got this iPad, and I've been doing these digital portraits as well. So I've really started, really started beginning to do these digital portraits, which are more like subtle for my work. It's more line work, and I don't have any reference here now, but that's where I'm at right now. And I'm going to wrap up, but find me on www.junejewell.com, June Jewell Designs on Facebook, at June Jewell on Instagram. And I hope to hear from you and see what you've made today. And much love to you. Bye.